Hi, I'm Sup Godre, 2017 graduate of the full-time Malaysia Institute of Supply Chain Innovation program, and I was previously an oil and gas engineer.
My name is Olajide Oyeyipo. I'm from Nigeria. Before joining this program, I worked with Nokia Networks for about 8 years. 6 of those years in Nigeria and 2 years in Thailand.
Hi, I'm Vijay Gudiguntam. I'm from Hyderabad, India. I did my undergrad in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Visvesvaraya National Institute of Technology, Nagpur. After that, I worked in Lafarge as Deputy Manager and further as Manager for 5 years in 2 different cement manufacturing plants.
So the interesting thing is that today in a world where a lot of companies could start up and replicate business model from other companies, I felt that there will be a more competitive edge if companies could actually to learn how to be more lean and reduce their costs to gain a better side at their profit margins. And through a supply chain management program, there's a lot of quantitative and qualitative methods that they teach us to achieve these cost savings, to increase your profit margins.
When I was working in the field of planning the space and services required for my company, I realized that I wanted to know more about the inventory management principles, and also I was in continuous touch with the logistic personnel. So I wanted to know more about logistics, procurement, and more about the inventory management principles. So I was very clear I wanted to get technical knowledge on this. So I looked for programs which could give me technical knowledge as well as leadership experience in a short period of time. And MSCM perfectly fits my need. So we get to know end-to-end supply chains with a systems perspective within, and we get to go to MIT and get valuable leadership experience by participating in several challenging team assignments. So this was a perfect fit for me rather than an MBA.
One of the main reasons is, of course, undeniably, it's the #1 ranked supply chain program in the world. And the unique thing about this program is that it's a combination program between different centers in the world, and all the centers, they run this program parallelly, and all the centers get to meet in MIT in January for a semester. And that's very interesting, is because so we are studying the same program and we get to meet different people from all around the world, and then we come home and we all graduate with the same program. And this makes the program a very global program, and that's why I think they call it the MIT Global Scale Network.
Exciting program, exciting experience. Made new friends, made new contacts. I think that's one of the things I'll cherish the most here, because you have people now who you can contact, when you are in their own part of the world later in future. You can contact when you need some help on supply chain. So you are not alone. So if I know my classmates that is very good in inventory management, for example. So if later in my work life I find a problem and I'm thinking of how to solve it, I can easily call that person up. So establishing that kind of network of friends which help you in your career, I think it's one of the things I cherish most about this program.
The experience in program has been amazing. Since day one, I have learned a lot, mostly theoretically and practically, about various supply chain. We have a lot of case studies and discussions during our course, which helped me a lot to understand what are the implications of supply chain strategies across different industries. Also, we participated in different networking events throughout the year. Particularly when we were at MIT in January, we participated in several team assignments, collaborated with other Scale Institute people, and also we participated in the events that gave us a lot of knowledge on leadership experience, also as to participate as a team member.
I'll say they are awesome, but they are very different. They are different from each other. So you have faculty who like to engage with you one-on-one, right? They want to engage with you. And we have faculty who want you to explore by yourself. And they will just come in once in a while and give you advice, right? And so we have different types of faculty here. But the awesome thing is the ratio of faculties to students. So you have this almost personalized experience with the faculty, which I found was really good. So you can actually have time with your lecturers.
My thesis project was with a company called Century Batteries, and I think this was one of the most exciting parts of the program because we learned about supply chain, we learned about all the scientific methods about supply chain in the program, but now we get to use it in industry. And and so there's two different parts. One is scientific knowledge and also raw supply chain experience. And working with the thesis sponsor, we got to combine these two approaches and to come out with the best result. And this was very interesting because things that we could not learn in class, we learned through this thesis process.
There were a lot of industry people, senior industry people coming in and interacting with us. So it was a lot of knowledge transfer between those senior personnel and between us. So there is a face-to-face interaction level, so which gave us real understanding of what exactly are the businesses right now in the market.
MISI seems to have a good reputation with some companies, and you see them, time in, time out, different events, they keep coming. So, which I think is good. It exposes the students to global companies, even local companies.
I have worked in 7 different global team assignments. What I meant by global team assignments were we had students from each institute. MIT has institutes in Europe, has institutes in South America, has institute in Asia, and in North America, in Boston. So the teams were set up accordingly. So we had one student from every institute, and for every team assignment, we were allocated into different groups. So accepting the diversity and understanding the limitations of my own self and with the team members and coming to a consensus for an output, that accepting the diversity, that was one of the biggest takeaways for me from the IIP.
So the career opportunities they are good. You are exposed to companies. I've had about 6 or 7 interviews, not by my own section actually, by companies that came here to MISI to interview us. So in some cases, the companies actually come here to MISI and interview. They select some students that they already would like to talk to, and in some cases, companies actually call you up, ask you to come over to their office here in Malaysia. And sometimes it's an international company, they will probably call you and have a Skype interview with you. So we've had those kind of career opportunities, right? So MISI tries to get us into that position where you have an interview. Of course, it's left to you to actually impress the company during the interview and hopefully secure the job. But that exposure to companies by MISI is quite good. It's quite good.